That's better. Right, we're live on the laptop instead. On the phone. We're live on the phone. Let's do this. Come on, Celtic. So Celtic are 2-0 up. 87 minutes to go. Gucci has just come on. And Maida's just had a shot past the goal. St Mirren kicked the ball out. Had to change it to the phone rather than the laptop because the laptop wasn't working. 2 minutes to go. We're still top of the league, which is fantastic. Back to Cameron Vickers. Gucci is a player that I should. He just taken a wee scalp to the face, as they say. Just passing it around the back now. Cameron Carter Vickers to Starfelt. Oh, Maida made a good run there. Wait till I get this video up on, so I can get the chat up and running. That's the chat up and running. Turn the volume down on this so we don't get feedback. Slow game the first half, but they're sitting back with 10 men. Maida wasn't getting much of the ball. They've got Cameron Carter Vickers back on the ball. The defence is getting so much time on the ball with these type of games. It's just unbelievable. Say hi in the chat. I mean, I'm still amazed that St Mirren are just sitting back so much, even with... I mean, they're 2-0 down, they're trying to defend worst of their life, but... I mean, it's just going to kill games. Things like this to the end of the season. Got 9 games to go. All you're going to get, Tom Boyd said it in the game, all you're going to get is people sitting back, wait for us to try and break them down. I mean, it's a minute to go, and St Mirren are finally up our end of the pitch, try to defend from the front. I mean, I think this is the furthest that the defenders have been up. It's the 90th, just 5 seconds away from being in the 90th minute. Four minutes added time. Who's in front and who's back? Jesus. 4 minutes added time. Can't even check on my phone to see what the current Buns score is. I know that they were winning 1-0. Dembele's got on as well, which has been good. He's not going to get time to do anything though. That's the thing. When you bring Gucci on, you bring Dembele on at this point. Do you know they're not going to get game time. Do you know they're not going to get enough time for me. Oh, that would have been a good ball. James Forrest was looking for the cross there rather than out to Maida. I mean, look at St Mirren now. I mean, they've got players. They're defending in our half. Why do teams not do this from the start? I mean, it annoys me more than anything. I mean, why do teams sit back so far? And you understand why they're doing it. I mean, the tactics that they're doing it. They're sitting back, and then they're thinking if they can get to the last 10 minutes and be 0-0, you know, they push forward and then try and score a goal. But to be fair, Celtic have done good passing the ball about. I know fans get frustrated with it. The frustration shouldn't really come with Celtic. Come on, Tom. You don't need to push them like that. We're 2-0 up. The frustration shouldn't really come with Celtic. I mean, when you're sitting with so many men behind the ball, I mean, there was a good... I mean, the possession, I'd like to see the stats for the possession in the first half, because the entire game was played in the St Mirren half. I'm on 91 minutes, 40. St Mirren have got the ball. And Carter Vickers gets a kick away. Oh, and they have a shot outside the box. Comes off Gucci by the looks of it. feel for Dembele because he's not going to get enough time. I mean, he's going to get games. He's going to get game time. But I mean, there's a guy that's out of contract at the end of this summer, end of this season. Will he sign a new contract with Celtic, or will he go down south to try and get more money? St Mirren just have a shot. Mirren a cross and a shot. All you need to do now is just play up into the corner. Maida just keeping the ball, playing it back the way. It's just a game of just keep the ball now. It's just going to be a case of touch ball, keep one touch pass. St Mirren even trying to tackle the players. Hail, Gary McDonald, how you doing? For me, the ref could just blow the whistle now. I mean, that's just cracking result. 2-0. It was a big game for us. Really needed to win. Really stubborn. Oh, that's good ball to Maida. Can he get turned quick enough? I think the positional play from some of the players in the first half wasn't too clever. I think one of the things that I think, is the team running out of legs. I mean, the fitness is still there, but there's a good cross for Tom Rogic, and Maida doesn't get in. That was a cracking ball for Tom Rogic. Fans are making their way to the exit. No worries, Gary. What about that strike for our captain? What a strike. That's it. Full time. Another clean sheet. I mean, people have been slating the Celtic team. Do you know, it's another clean sheet. You're going to get clean sheets, let's face fact. You're going to get clean sheets when greetings from a wet down under. From a wet down under. It's dark here, so I can't tell the weather's like. The missus will be in 5 minutes, she'll tell me. Yeah, you're always going to get clean sheets. I mean, we're making a big thing about getting clean sheets, but when you've got teams that are just going to defend against you the way that they are, I mean, Joe Hart is basically nothing to do that first half, which is fantastic for us. But as a support, as we're watching the game, it can be really disheartening. And I mean, I don't know if any St Mirren fans were even there tonight. I mean, what does away fans think when they come to Celtic Park and their team just sit back? First goal for the big guy, Cameron Carter-Vickers. Hopes that that's the goal that signs the contract and keeps him at Celtic past the summer. And then the ball comes out to the corner of the box and McGregor hits it in. That's one of the things that I think that one of my bugbears in football is when we take corners, we never have someone in the back corner. We never have one sitting on the far end of the box, because 9 times out of 10 the ball's going to end up that far end of the box, you know what I mean? And the amount of times that the ball goes out for that end, one of the best things that I can think back with was who scored the goal coming from there against Rangers. It would have been who the fuck was that now? Malky Mackay. Malky Mackay scored one against Andy Gorham coming in from the back corner. Bang, header right past Gorham. That was a cracker, that one. There's been a few others as well. Charlie Mulgrew scored one against Rangers as well. He did that. He came for that basically that angle coming in for that corner that's never really got players at it. You're always going to go in and attack. You know what I mean? So what did you think of that? High mark D down under. How's things down under? What has been the reaction down under to Ange Postecoglou and Celtic? And the Celtic and Rangers fans tonight had banners. I know that the Celtic fans had banners saying we're not one half of anything, and you could stick your old firm friendly up your. And then Rangers fans had a similar banner up in Perth saying that they weren't part of there was no derby, no friendly derby. So what do you think of that, Celtic fans? So far, tell me in the comments what you think of what's been the reaction. If you're still online, Mark, I don't know, it must be really, really late for you this time. Jeez. Or is it morning time? It'll just be morning time for you down there. So as the players go around the stadium, another good result. Everyone trying to get photos of the players. You know, they head down to the Green Brigade corner. It's a fantastic result for Celtic tonight. You know, there's Japanese flags out. Recognise a few faces in that crowd. But overall, would have been happy for Celtic to come and play Sydney FC or Melbourne. I think a lot of Celtic fans are feeling the same. You know, I've no idea. We'll never get to know. We'll never get to know exactly who was involved in the talks. I mean, I've been aware of the possibility of this happening for just over a week now. I mean, but you can't really say anything until it comes out in public. And if you do, but then when the Australian reporter went live with it yesterday, and then Celtic come out with a statement, you know, what are Celtic to do? But it is what it is. We're going to play Sevco in a match in Australia. As of today's game, so I mean, players look happy enough. We're still top of the league with 3 points. Can't check the phone to see what the Sevco score was, but it doesn't really matter as long as we've got name games. I don't like manufactured games. I'm old hat. Yeah, I'm old hat as well. I mean, there's never been a friendly. Can you tell me the result tonight? Yeah, it was 2-0 to Celtic. It was a hard game, the first half. The first half, basically St Mirren sat back. We're going to get this for the next 9 games. You know, we're going to have 9 games of teams sitting back the first half, and it's up to Celtic to break them down. And one thing that I've noticed between the start of the season and the end of the season, the movement that this Celtic team had at the beginning of the season was phenomenal. You know, the pace that we had, the movement up front, when teams were sitting back, that's what made us win. That's what got us. I mean, we had an iffy start to the season, but you know, we got there. We got the points. We were scoring goals. We were annihilating teams at one point. But there seems to be no movement at the front tonight. You know, there was just no movement at all. I thought the changes came at the right time, and I called the changes right when I was sitting next to the missus. There's Calmark on, talking about the game, big smile on his face, as it would be. Looks like he might actually be man of the match. Don't know, maybe, I don't know. Who would be your man of the match? You've no hair either. Don't have a problem with the trip. Yeah, I don't necessarily have a problem with the trip. I think it's just the fact that it's a friendly against Rangers, and it's in the middle of the season. But it's one thing that we have to. I would definitely missing Kyogo. My brother texted me tonight. I can't even check my phone because I'm live on the phone. My brother texts me and says we're definitely missing Kyogo. I think if we get Kyogo and Maida and even Georgios up front, I mean, that would be an amazing front three. We've never seen these 3 players play together. Do you know what I mean? So it's at this stage of the season, you're right, at this stage of the season, we just need to grind out results. As of tonight, there's only 9 games to go. 9 games to go. 8 games to go and we won the league. We beat Rangers and only need 7 games. Win 7 games and the league is ours. It's back. We can start talking about it now. Players have been speaking about it, and you know, I was one to think that maybe the players shouldn't really be speaking out about it, because until you get to the break of the season, and once you've got the final top 6, then you know who you're playing. And it looks like we're probably going to have 3 away games and then 2 home games. And I just hope that the last home game of the season's at home. I've no idea. I think it could be another 3 or 4 weeks before Kyogo goes back. Be going what they've been saying the past day or so, which is really disappointing. If we can get him back for the Rangers game, I think that's when Ange's hoping to have him back, but then it all comes down to game fitness. You know, it's all good and well at saying get Kyogo back, but you don't really want to get him back and then get him out injured again for the pre-season. We need to get him back and keep him fit. I think 9 games to go. If we can get him back, if we can just get a few players. Dembele needs a chance. Dembele needs a chance between now and the end of the season, if you ask me. I mean, the young guy's got loads of talent. You know, he's got the pace. He's got the trickery. Do you know, can we even put him up front? I mean, he's a great little winger, but I don't know. It's all good and fun. Heard early April for Kyogo. Yeah, I heard Ange and that kind of talking about it, and a couple of other YouTube channels talking about it. Early April, the season's done and dusted. Don't know. There's only about 4 games to go. Don't know. Is it worth bringing him back? It will be worth bringing him back, and you know, he's always there on the sidelines. It's been a horrendous injury that he's obviously got, but the team are still winning. We've won tonight. We're still top of the league. It's great. We can actually start thinking about it. We go to Dundee United next week in the Scottish Cup. Get through that, and we're getting to the later stages of the Scottish Cup. Can Ange Postecoglou win a treble in his first year? God, I look fat sitting like that. Jesus. It's the way the phone's sitting. Anyway, can Ange win the league in his first season? Can he win a double? Can he win a treble? What's your bets on that? Who put a bet on Celtic at the beginning of the season winning the league? Who put a bet on Celtic winning a treble this season? There has to be someone out there. That put a bet on for Celtic to win the treble this year. Some crazy ass guy put a bet on. Hi Sarah, how are you? Yeah, I think, you know, as it gets closer, you have to start believing. You know, the weekend, the Hibs game was devastating. Of course he can win the treble. He certainly can, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, aka Alan Boyle. He definitely can win the treble, and that's one of the great things. I mean, that goal for Carter Vickers, the look on his face, the ball comes in for Jota, and Carter Vickers smashes the ball with the back of the net. Keeper's trying to go for offside, there's nobody offside. Great ball for Jota, lands right down. Starfelt that kicks the ball, and then Jota just turns, smashes it into the net. You've never seen Cameron Carter Vickers smile the way that he smiled when he hit that ball in the back of the net. The grin was like a big Cheshire cat. It was brilliant. Anyway, let's go to the news. Yes, Ange can do the treble. Treble definitely within reach, says Naz. I hope so. I put a £30 bet on when we beat the Huns. I hope so too. I hope we do. And I hope that... What was your odds? Tell me in the comments what your odds are. Aussie Online, yes boys. I hate the team that parks the bus against us. Aussie Online, unfortunately, that's the way that most teams are going to go between now and the end of the season. I think the fact that teams are just going to sit back, teams are going to... They're not going to want to lose by a lot of goals. Oh, here's the dog. Hello. Mum must be in. Anyway, we're not going to lose by a lot of goals. They don't want to lose by a lot of goals, sorry. We're not going to concede a lot of goals. It is in our hands. It is in our hands. For the first time, I can honestly say, we hit top spot just at perfect time. How do you think Livy away will go after that? I think Livy will go the same way. I think Livy will sit back again. I think you're going to get every team doing this. It's just points that matter. It is. Sarah said it right in the comments. It's just points that matter at this end of the season. We can go to Livy and win 1-0. That would do me fine. I'd be completely happy with that. You know, I don't know. It's just fantastic to be in this position, to see where we were last year, to see where Celtic were last year, and to not be in that position this year. I mean, at the start of the season, we need to think back to July, and in July when we thought about what our expectations were for this season. Our expectations were just to close the league gap. Do you know? Hello, it's alright, you're not on camera. 3/4 of the stadium against Livy. We will do, and I hope the fans absolutely go mental. No, that's fine, I'm ending it in a minute. I think having 3/4 of the stadium, the away fans for me are always better than home fans. Being an away fan for many a year, and still having my season ticket but not being able to get to the game, I think, you know, it's just one of those things. Everyone's going to park the dog's being off. It's whacking its tail because its mum's just came in. Right, go and get mama. Go on. You little freak. Anyway, on that note, it's probably about time to cut off because there's other Celtic channels that will be live, and I'm sure loads more people will want to see them. Thanks for joining us live. I shall see you. Smashing tatties in the background. Delicious. Hail, hail, Aussie Lines. Hail, hail, Gary. Hail, hail, Sarah that joined on. And Mark also. I shall see you all on tomorrow's. I'm going to probably do a short in the morning. The way that I'm going to run the channel just now, I'll probably do a short video in the morning, just to get the morning news out, and then I'm going to probably put one out around about between 4, 5, 6 p.m. at night. So on that note, cheers for that, Joe. Much appreciated. I appreciate every single person that subscribes to this channel. I shall see you tomorrow morning on the next videos. Have a great evening. No worries. Thank you. Thank you all. Right, let's go.